I have a question for you. Have you ever said, I feel like my teen is pulling away and I don't know how to bridge the gap? Or maybe you've said, I am really struggling to balance my teen's independence with healthy boundaries. Or maybe you're at the state where you're saying, our communication has become so strained, I don't even know how to reconnect with my teenager or which way to go in planning their future. Have you ever felt a bit lost navigating the challenging terrain of parenting, especially when it comes to teenagers and young adults? You're not alone. And I want you to hear my heart in this. You are not alone. And I want you to stick around because today I'm diving into a crucial shift in the parenting paradigm. You're always going to be a mom or a dad, but there's a point where you transition from being just a parent to becoming a mentor, a guide, and eventually a friend. The shift is vital, and it's often where tensions arise. Why? Because sometimes we parent when we should be coaching, or worse, we dictate when we should be leading. Leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. It's about guiding your children into the real world and teaching them by example to lead themselves. You might be saying, that sounds great, but how do I do that when my kids aren't even on talking terms with me? Well, that's why we're here. You may have noticed that I changed the banner to more accurately communicate the support that you can receive here in this place. Parenting in the teen and young adult years is about influence. It's about creating future leaders for their success. But here's the catch. You don't know what you don't know until you know what you don't know. I'm going to say that again. You don't know what you don't know until you know what you don't know. Leadership is not a natural state. We think we lead naturally, but what happens is we confuse authority with leadership. And we confuse the power of dictating with the power of influence. We struggle to even lead ourselves. And that's the first person we need to lead is ourselves. To guide our children through this transition, we must first learn to lead ourselves. The journey of self-leadership that we exemplify for them instills in them a growth mindset, teaching them through example how to lead themselves. Because let's face it, their transition is also ours. While they are transitioning into the adult world, we are transitioning from the parent role to the guide, the mentor, and then ultimately, my prayer for you is that you end up their best friend. But tension happens when one person is moving forward and the other person is not. When one person is making change and the other one is not. In today's world, children grow up faster than they ever should. We used to parent until they were 18, send them off to college and hope for the best. But the rules have changed. The world has a powerful negative influence on our children, and we are trying to counter it with authority, and that results in defiance and withdrawal. The antidote to negative influence that this world is pushing on our children is a positive influence, or what I call leadership parenting. Now let's clarify what leadership parenting is. It's about understanding your child's heart, giftings, strengths, and areas of weakness that you may need an outside perspective to show them. It's about getting clarity on the direction they need to go, not where we think that they should go. It's about listening to them and serving them with support and with foundational values and truth and love, but not at the cost of sound judgment. Servant leaders, the ones who have their employees' best interest at heart, are produced from our leadership parenting. It's about being the plumb line and holding them to the standard with positive influence. We all often confuse leadership with authority, as I've said, but the key transitional point is the word servitude. The key transitional point from moving from parenthood into leadership, mentorship, coaching is about serving our children as they transition into the adult world. Leadership parenting is transitional, and it takes the mind of Christ. It maintains strong values, puts others first, and is not self-seeking. Let me put it as simple as I can. Leadership parenting is the art of raising up an adult who is serving in their destiny with a high level of influence. Man, don't we all want that for our children? We want our children to be those adults that are serving in their destiny with influence. I want that for you. So reach out to me if you're ready to take the leadership parenting journey. Drop your questions below and let's together as a community prepare our hearts to lead our children.